That's what I call an OCD win right there. Because that's even harder to do than nailing the dollar amount exactly. Good morning, YouTube. We're going on another road trip today. This is one road trip that I was planning to do in 2023, but due to some timing issues, I've decided to do the road trip this year. So, without further ado, I think we need to get going. As you can probably tell, the weather's not cooperating today, because it is freezing cold and raining. Well, okay, technically it's not freezing because it's not quite 32 degrees, but we got a full tank of gas. I'm going to reset the mileage counters to 0. We're here at our favorite good-to-go gas station. But as far as the direction's concerned, we've gone south a number of times on a road trip, we've gone east a number of times on a road trip, we've gone west on a road trip, and now we're finally going to get to go the one direction we have not gone yet, and that is north. So, here we go. Now, I got to think about which way I want to go. If I want to go right, try to go that way, or left and go out to Highway 77, because either way will work. Let's take Highway 77. Hey, green arrow, look at that. And we're off. Well, here we are approaching Highway 77, and I know it kind of seems a little bit weird that we're taking what is effectively the southwest entrance when it seems like we're diagonally opposite of where we need to be. But the reason for that is because this road trip is going to lean a little slightly west, because our first stop is going to be Wayne State College, because there's a couple of elevators up there I want to check up on, and from what I've heard, there's a new building there, so we'll have to check that out too. Also forgot a timestamp of 8:13. We left at 8 sharp. We'll put that at the perspective point. And it doesn't show up very well on camera, but you can tell that it's raining. You can hear it. Alright, we're going to exit Highway 77 now onto Highway 6, or West O Street. You probably know it better as West O Street. Could also get on I-80 westbound, but I've decided against that, and I'm in the wrong turn lane. Well, I'm gonna have to find a way to get over. As you can see up against the black car, it's now basically starting to snow. And the funny thing is that it's getting close to freezing temperature. Here we go. So, more just on the idea of weather not cooperating today. And hopefully, it'll be sunny later. Actually, considering we're going north, it's probably not going to get much better. But we'll see. Here we go. Major intersection. And I think we need to go, yeah, I think it doesn't really matter which turn lane we take. This is Northwest 48th Street, and oh, for crying out loud. It was $3.79 back at where I filled up, and it's 10 cents cheaper here. Maybe I should have gone deal hunting before topping off. Well, I guess I'll have to do that. I guess I can plan on doing that the rest of the trip. Now, how does this work? Okay, we're in the correct lane to stay on Northwest 48th Street. Oh, it's one of these intersections where it switches the directions underneath the bridge so that you're driving on the left side of the road for a time to make it easier to merge onto I-80 westbound. It honestly frustrates some expectations, but I can see why they do it. So we're going to go under the bridge on the left, on what is basically the left side. And there you merge onto I-80 westbound. And, oh, really? You had to turn red now? It's like, well, as I always have to say, welcome to Lincoln. Okay, now we're finally headed due north, but we're still not out of Lincoln. But this road should connect us to Highway 34. And we'll go from there. As you can see, I need to up the wipers because I can't see. Alright, caught me a little off guard here, but we're now at Highway 34. I'll just do a quick jog over here, because we're not even going to stay on Highway 34 for all that long. Actually, you know what? There's two different ways we can go. And either one is acceptable. We could take Highway 79, or we could stay on 34 and go to Highway 15. And I'm thinking I'm going to take Highway 79. This route might be slightly faster, but we'll have to see. This is the route that Google Maps recommended. Here we are on Highway 79 northbound. Okay, so I'm starting to think maybe today wasn't the best day to take a road trip, but I've already booked the hotels, so we're gonna finish. Here's a time check. Mileage check, 38.1 miles. Here we are on Highway 92, and we're going left away from 79. 92 westbound here. I'm just gonna jog over to Highway 15, and that'll pretty much take us straight to Wayne. Okay, that was a long and treacherous stretch of road. But I don't think it's going to get much better here. We're turning and now driving into the wind. So the wind is pretty much straight out of the north, and this guys in front of me have never been able to drive any faster than about 50. It's like, I've been driving 65 just fine, but I don't blame them for going slow. Not one bit. Normally I would complain, though. Time check. Mileage check. And, well, I'm not exactly certain where I'll make the next update, but it'll be eventually. Okay, so seeing that the speed limit drops to 55, it looks like we should be approaching Schuyler any minute now. I don't know why I'm slowing down. I'm already going less than 55. Okay, now it drops to 40. So I will have to slow down accordingly. Yeah, here we go. Here's a welcome sign. Welcome to Schuyler. Okay, now where do I want to stop? Which is unfortunate because it's 10 cents cheaper out here. Still a little bit. Oh well, it's down, there's nothing to do. Hopefully that way rainfall will be even cheaper, maybe 359 or something. Which even just speaking in general terms is how ridiculous it is. It's cheaper. When the Jones Road was like $2.89. It's gone up 90 cents. So it's like, this is insane gas prices. And kind of the main reason why I decided I didn't want to take road trip this year. But we're going. We're gonna finish it. Despite weather, despite gas prices. Despite this slow boat traffic, I'm actually not going all that slow. Okay, okay, 35. Yeah, it's going a little slow. But we're passing now. We're gonna go over the bridge. Bridge train. Okay, here we go. Looks like a major intersection here. I'm not sure. 16 Street. I don't know if this is a major highway or not. Doesn't appear to be. Uh-oh. Oh, great. I'm in a right turn on. You know what? I'm just going to shut up, take my medicine, and turn right. Because this Casey's right here is where I want to go anyway. So I can just simply... No U-turn. Yeah, we can get through here. No, we cannot get through here. What the heck? Okay, here we go. Thankfully, this place looks like it's been closed for a while. Ah. This is not Highway 30, but there's a sign that says Highway 30 is just a little bit further up the road. We'll cross it when we get there. Alright, break time. Alright, we're back on the road heading out of town now. That was a restful break. And we're off. Should be crossing Highway 30 sometime around now. As you can tell, it's starting to come, it's coming down as much as it always has been, actually. I don't think it's any more than it was, but as you can tell, like over here, there's no snow accumulating. So, it's not as bad as it was back there on Highway 92. And here's the junction for Highway 30, which we're not even gonna get on Highway 30, because there's no reason for that. Anyway, let's continue. Still going north on 15. There's the sign for it, which is kind of hard to read, but oh, here it is. Wayne, 57 miles. Here's a time check. About 76 miles, give or take. Okay, had a little trouble starting the camera with gloves on, but it's getting colder. But we are now approaching Highway 275. Westbound goes to Norfolk, which we're not going that way. But we're just going to keep following 15, which is going to lead us eastbound on 275 for a bit. There's a town we just passed called Pilger, Nebraska. Alright, follow this truck here. Kind of weird that it's following 275 east because 275 goes northwest southeast. Come on, you can do it. Go. 17 miles will get there. And we've gone through quite a bit of nothing while we were between in the last update. Shouldn't be too much. We should only go 1 mile. Okay, make that 2 miles. Here's 1 mile. Gravel road. Should be over here somewhere. Now we're still getting speed. Sign should turn to be just right over here. Yep, here it is. And this truck. Always has to be going the same direction I am. And it's annoying. Well, but then again, we do need more trucks and more truckers. Okay. Easy does it. Oh, I think he's gonna let us pass. Hey, I won't complain about that. Okay, so there's like nothing between here and Wayne, so I'll see you in Wayne. Woo! We are in some serious whiteout conditions here. 10:52 a.m. and I almost completely missed the fact that we were approaching into Wayne. That's how white it was. But here we are. Yeah, gas is more expensive out here. It's $3.84. Okay, now we're fairly good place right now. Alright, we should be crossing Highway 35 here in a bit. And then Wayne State College is just on the other side, on the northeast corner. Alright. Green light. Always good. It's a nice town. Nice downtown, anyway. Some of it. Okay. This guy's a little slow, but we're going the speed limit, so I'm not going to complain. Yep, and here's Highway 35. We're about to cross. Gladly, we'll take advantage of the green light. Should be just right over this hill. In the meantime, we're gonna have to find somewhere to park. Yep, I see the campus from here. Here we are. Wayne State College. Alright, now I gotta focus on driving and find a place to park. But it is really snowing now up here. Alright, I will stop the camera once we found a place to park and we're ready to head out. Okay, I found us a place to park. It's a block away from campus, which is not too bad, but all of the closer spots were taken, so we're gonna have to walk in this a ways. Anyway, without further ado, let's go. Actually, you know what? I'm not exactly sure what I want to do for elevators on this campus. I'll probably just do some updates, but I don't think I'm going to film everything again, even though the elevators here are due for retakes, considering I filmed them with my old camera and I haven't visited here since like 2016, so I'll have to make a decision on the spot what I want to do. Okay, so I didn't get everything. I just picked a few buildings and filmed the elevators in them, or picked a few buildings and decided not to film the elevators in them. And that was about it. It was just a few that I remembered had vintage elevators. I found one that I missed, and I found a new building with a new elevator in it. So this stuff was worth it. Now, going forward, I think what I'm probably going to do, first thing, I'm going to start the car. We've gone 131.5 miles so far. So I've got some options as to what I want to do. First thing I could do is I could drive straight up to the University of South Dakota, because the Kelly Science Building is one that I wanted to check on. Or I might go up to Sioux City, Iowa and check on the 7-story hydraulic. I do want to see if I can get both in them. So I think the next stop is going to be an early lunch. And then we'll go to Sioux City. And we'll go from there. And without further ado, let's go. Yeah, just how to get out of here. But as I was saying earlier, since we're in Nebraska, no better place to stop for lunch than Arunza. Oh, entrance is over here. Be much easier than trying to make 2 turns. And thinking with the weather and everything, I'm gonna go through the drive-thru. And I'm gonna cut the camera off for this. Alright, I've got my food. And now we're going to take 35 eastbound to South Sioux City. Just as soon as we can find it. Here we go. Time to turn. There's an old-fashioned sit-down Pizza Hut restaurant. You don't see those much anymore, except in these small Nebraska towns. Or any other small towns in any other state, I'm guessing, too. Alright. 35 eastbound. We're going. Okay, we're slowing down. But we're leaving town, so we'll leave it at that. Okay, nothing crazy, just a turn. There's about 35 more miles until South Sioux City. We're staying on Highway 35. No need to go to Highway 16, which is that way. Let's see. Oh, he doesn't have to stop. I better wait. All right, here we go. 35 eastbound. even though we're actually due north right now. "35 miles to Sioux City." Time check, it's about noon. Getting close to noon. 140 miles. Woo! Okay, so we've been zigzagging back and forth, north and east, and now we are finally at the point where we are approaching the way to go for Sioux City. 5 miles to the north, and I was about to ask, why is that truck turning from the left from the right lane? But actually, I'm just gonna wait for this truck to move, so that way I can show the highway signs here. So there they are. We've reached the end of Highway 35, and we're going to turn on to both 75 and 77. He's not, well, everyone's waiting for me, so I'm just going to go. And we'll be in Sioux City shortly. Okay, we're almost at Sioux City here, but I've decided that we're going to follow Highway 75 and Highway 20. We're going to go straight into Iowa this way. 77 continues that way. So this is I-129, which apparently is an interstate I didn't even know existed in Nebraska. Until I had to go up here for a job interview once for a job I didn't get. And we got a lot of construction. So, okay, I-129 is another interstate in Nebraska I didn't even know about, as I've said earlier. Alright, we're on the bridge, and welcome to Iowa. We're not going to be here for very long. We're just going to get a couple elevators, and then we'll be in South Dakota. Which reminds me of something, because I completely forgot to even mention where our end destination is, and that's going to be Sioux Falls. Because there's some... Well, that's where I booked the hotel. We're going up to Brookings, South Dakota to do South Dakota State University and a few other surrounding areas. I don't think we'll be able to get to Pierre, which is the capital of South Dakota, to do the South Dakota State Capitol, because that is ways away. Way out in the middle of the state, and that's going to be like a whole nother day that I don't want to do. I booked 2 nights at the hotel. So this is going to be a 3-day road trip. Tomorrow we will go do South Dakota State University. And then day 3 we'll probably do Sioux Falls. And maybe get some updates on things down there. But right now we're going to get off here. We're going to go check out Southern Hills Mall. I have not been up here since the Yonkers closed back in 2018, so I don't think there's really any other elevators. There is an elevator in Shields, but it goes up to an employees only area, and I've more or less just kind of made the executive decision previously that I wasn't going to make a video of it. I don't know what I'm going to do this time. I wouldn't bet on the fact that I'm going to end up with a video there, especially since there's a security camera right underneath the elevator. Okay, okay, this is flashing red, so I'm gonna go. As in, I'll show you in the rear view. No, you can't really see it in the rear view, side view mirror. But the traffic for that stoplight had to stop as well. Here we go. I did take a glance at the old Yonkers store, and it looks like something new has opened up there called Ray Alana's. So I'm gonna have to go inside and check that out and see if that elevator's accessible now. Or still. Hopefully they aren't just taking up one floor. That would be annoying. Yeah, we'll stick on the Shields side and we'll go from there. As soon as I find a place to park, which is a nice close spot right here. All right, let's go see what we can find. Okay, so whatever was going on in the old Yonkers is not accessible from the inside of the mall, so there's really nothing worth. I decided there really wasn't anything worth filming here. And that elevator in Shields, that's labeled as employees only, there were 2 security cameras right outside the elevators. So all things considered, wasn't a good idea. So let's just go get the 7-story hydraulic and be done with it. Provide just, at least just to check up on it anyway. I just hope it's not modernized. Okay, here's the old Yonkers. And from this angle, it looks like there's that sign about Ray Alana's. That there's nothing in there. Ooh, maybe there's something going on down here. I'll have to take a look. I highly doubt it will be anything. Retail Rebel. Okay, so apparently there's something open on the lower floor here, but not the mall entrance floor. So I'm gonna go check it out. I don't think there's gonna be anything special here, but I just wanna see what there is, and we'll be done. Here. Nope, not even close. They're just using a small section of the first floor, and the escalators are completely blocked off. And the elevator is not even visible. So, well, that really wasn't worth the trip. I'm just gonna go. It looks like those escalators and the elevator are done for good. Alright, time to get out of here. I also considered doing Morningside College, which has now been renamed to Morningside University, but there was really nothing special there that's worth checking out again. So I'm going to skip it. And we're going to head downtown. Alright, here we go. Back onto Highway 20 westbound. We're gonna go back to 29 and go to downtown that way. Just a very short jog over. Don't think I'm gonna have to merge and get in the... Nope, thankfully no. It just goes straight to 29. Don't even have to change lanes. Dang, the wind is sure howling out here today. And it looks like we're pretty much solidly into rain now and no more snow. It is above freezing. Also, a little mileage check for you. 180, almost 181 miles. We're going 29 north to Sioux City. Alright, let's go get the 7-story hydraulic. Okay, we're just about ready to exit. There's the old Holiday Inn that, I don't know, it doesn't appear to be a Holiday Inn anymore, but that Holiday Inn had two Dovers with Epic motors that were featured in Epic Motor compilation once. I don't remember what number it was, but I do remember it got featured. But with it being the middle of the day, it's like the worst possible time to check up on those. So those are gonna get, so sorry to disappoint, but those are gonna get skipped. Just simply because of timing. And I don't want to spend all day here. Yeah, we can, oh, it's green. I was about to say we could turn right on red, but that won't be necessary. Now, 7-story hydro should be around here somewhere. I know what garage it's at. Now, with it being a weekday, we might have to pay for parking, but we'll see. Here's the garage right here, River's Landing Garage. The 7-story hydraulic is on that northeast corner over there. Actually, they're all 7-story hydraulics. It's just that the one on the northeast corner is the Montgomery with the Epic motor, which is what we're here to check out. Yeah, daily parking is on. Let's see here. Looks like we will have to pay for parking. Uh-oh. That elevator's boarded, that northwest elevator's boarded up. So this might be trouble. I don't need wipers anymore. Those look fine. And, oh no. I do not like this. I can already tell some bad news is about to be sprung on us right now. That those elevators, I don't know what the deal is with those. I guess I should probably just hurry up and find a place to park. These appear to still be running, so I might... What on earth is going on here? The elevator's blocked off. Gone. I hope it's not getting modernized or decommissioned. But by the looks of this, if that were the case, they just stick an out of service sign on it. So I am very not hopeful for these. Well, here's floor 5, and we can't really go much higher than this. So we'll stop right here. And yeah, 6th floor is blocked off. So we'll park right here and we'll go figure out what's going on. I might have to make a separate video for this, but I'm gonna pause the road trip video for I'm still disappointed that that elevator over there is gone. However, I did find a touch-sensitive Otis, which hopefully, at least for now anyway, will make up for it. But it's only a matter of time until that gets inevitably modernized. But I don't want to think about that right now. Anyway, without further ado, it's time to go to USD. Mileage check. It's getting warmer out, and there's no snow on the ground, so that's a good. 2:12 p.m. We spent quite a bit of time wandering the skywalks, and I got some elevators, including the touch-sensitive Otis I mentioned earlier. So, as you can see, the 6th floor is closed off, and that northwest elevator is also gone. It's just this one bank over here that still exists. Yeah, here you can see that the indicator is still there. Oh, but I don't know what that means. Alright, I didn't exactly intend to film all the way down, and here's the ground level. Here's where we started all the videos. Or I started all those videos. And there's nothing left.
Parking ticket. Please insert your parking ticket. Fee is 75 cents.
Oh, that's not
Please
bad.
pay the parking fee by credit card, discount ticket, coins, or banknotes. Please push the receipt button to issue a receipt. Thank you. Please take your receipt.
Okay. Had $1 on hand to pay for that. Crap, and I didn't grab my... Oh well. I don't think it even gave me the quarter back. Crap. Oh well. Actually, I need to go straight here. Well, I'll see you once we get back on I-29. Okay, well, it felt good to just go get some elevators in Sioux City for a change, because I haven't really had many opportunities to actually search downtown for office buildings elevators. But anyway, now we're getting onto I-29 northbound, and we're going to continue going north to Vermillion, South Dakota, where we will get the Kelly Science Building elevator. It's a freight elevator, and it's still... I don't think I have checked on that since like 2018 or something. Or was it 2017? I don't remember. All I know is I don't remember filming it with my new camera yet. And that elevator is long past due for a retake, or at least an update. Actually, just like Wayne State, the whole campus is due for retakes. Oh, now we're back on I-29, and very shortly up here, I think just one exit more, and then we'll be in South Dakota. So I'm going to keep the camera running for a while. Now we're starting to actually get some rain. No more snow, which is interesting because we're going north. You would expect it to get colder, but it's snowing back in Nebraska where we were at, and over here it's just cold rain. Maybe it has something to do with the temperature going up because it's later in the day. I'm gonna guess that probably has something to do with it. Okay, that's a little bit farther away than I thought. Yeah, here's the last exit. Then we should be in South Dakota soon. Zoom in a bit so we can get the sign. Comes. Well, here we are. There go the wipers. Welcome to South Dakota. There's the state sign. Kind of obscured by the rain and the zoom. But we are now officially in South Dakota. Why everyone's passing me because I'm the one driving. I'm the slowpoke now. Well, I have found something else here, so I'm not much of a need to stop. So where are you going? I'm not trying to get on one particular earlier, but I'm decided against it because I said against it. But if I'm back to Sioux City, I'm I might have to get. Alright, we will be out of North Sioux City, South Dakota here shortly. But now up ahead, there is something I wanted to show you, which I don't know if it will actually show because of the rain, because it's been really hard to see signs on this road trip through the camera. I'll show it like this. There's the highway sign. But this is what I wanted to show you. The only other place I've seen an 80-mile-per-hour speed limit was in Wyoming, east of Cheyenne. So now, let's get up to 80. Whee! Somewhere up around here is our exit to go to Vermilion to get to University of South Dakota. The sign for it, which again is hard to see in the rain. Ooh, I'm gonna have to pass these trucks here, which is not gonna be easy. This guy doesn't seem to want to go much faster, but at this point, it really isn't worth it. on South Dakota Highway 50. And we should be in Vermilion shortly. I-29, we just got off of. And then there's this truck stop over here, TA Express. I keep looking at that building like it has an elevator, but it doesn't. All right, see you in Vermilion. Okay, we are approaching Vermilion, and we got a big speed limit drop here. 70 to 55 to 45 all at once. Looks like it says USD is to the right. If I remember correctly, I get to campus better by going straight. So I'm gonna go straight. Highway 50 goes that way. This is a business route. Campus should be on the left, and the athletic facilities are on the right, which is probably what the sign is pointing to. But we want the main campus. While we're here doing things here, here's a time check and a mileage check. 223.1 miles. Almost 3 o'clock, which is unfortunate because I was hoping to get here by 2:30. But yep, here's the main drag. Right here. University of South Dakota. And we've got students crossing against the... Okay. At least they're aware of it. Alright, I'm gonna find a place to turn. And here's campus. Here's the north end of the main campus. There's a music building and stuff over there. Alright. Why do I keep saying that? As soon as I turn, we'll go find a place to park. And before we get there, I can't, it won't focus. Maybe I'll show it on the way back. This right here is the Kelly building that we're going to be doing an update on, that I'm coming here to see. Alright, again, catching myself. Time to go find a place to park. And what are they doing here? This is brand new. It looks like they're adding on to the Lee Science Building. Okay. To find a place to park somewhere around here. First time I came here, I had to park all the way down there somewhere because this was all crowded, and it looks like that same situation is going to present itself. So I'm gonna stop the camera and go focus on parking. Well, that didn't take long. Literally like 5 seconds after I stopped that camera, I found a spot to park. So, time to go out and see what we can find. Well, that turned into a lot more than just filming one elevator, or checking up on one elevator. I got a Kelly Lawrence. The building was open and the elevator was untouched, so that's good. So I was able to get a video with my new camera. And then I decided I was going to charge my batteries because they were both running a little low. And when I went into the library, I started running it. It was the elevator, which was just like a simple 3-story Dover Impulse, nothing special. It got modernized. And so I got to thinking, and I started searching the campus a little deeper until I basically walked the entire campus through every building, checking out every elevator. I didn't film everything. I just picked and chose what I wanted to film, if there was updates on it, and I did one elevator just to show you that there was still one original. I filmed the South Dakota Union, which nothing changed on that one. But 3 out of the 5 Dover Impulse elevators were modernized, and I was like, ick. And you'll see those videos when I get to YouTube. But now, it's time to move on. I got some time to just sit down, relax, let my batteries charge. We've gone 224 miles. It is 7 p.m. basically, so we spent a good 4 hours on campus. Now it's time to go get some dinner. I'm not entirely sure where I want to go or what I want to do yet. I guess we'll just play it by ear. Eventually I'm going to have to get to Sioux Falls tonight, but I'm in no rush. I'm more or less a little ahead of schedule, which is rare for one of these road trips, because usually I'm making a bunch of crazy stops that are unplanned and everything, but there's a lot less up here to film than there is in places like Kansas City or something. Here's downtown Vermilion with a epic sunset. There's an old church. Be hilarious if it had a Dover Impulse. Here's downtown. Charcoal Lounge. Must be wood-fired food or something. I might have to... I don't see any reason why I would come up here with someone, but I hate eating at sit-down restaurants by myself. It's just weird to me. Which is pretty much why I always go to fast food joints on these road trip videos. Now, somewhere around here, ooh. That's a courthouse. But it's too late. Probably could have done it earlier, but I was focused on the campus. Anyway, let's get back to Cherry Street and we'll head to Sioux Falls and we'll eat dinner there. Okay, we're back at Cherry Street now. We'll head eastbound onto South Dakota 50, and we will get back to I-29. What I wanted to show you earlier is up here. I don't know about you, but I think that's the cheapest gas I've seen yet. Only used a half a tank. I highly doubt that it's free, though. That would be too good to be true. So I've got plenty to get to Sioux Falls, and then when I get to Sioux Falls, I may have to just go deal shopping and fill up then. Here's the campus. I completely forgot to mention that it's amazing what a difference 4 hours makes in the weather, because when we were coming this way, it was raining. And when we started this morning, it was snowing. And now it's clear and dry. Anyway, up here is the I-29 interchange. And the gas station over here that I keep thinking has an elevator, but it doesn't. And holy crap, his speed limit just dropped from 70 to 45. Okay, now we're going to Sioux Falls, so we're going to need 29, continue on 29 north. We will. There's a weird sounding bridge. If I'm right, I believe this just goes straight to Sioux Falls without too much craziness. So I don't think there will be very many updates between now and Sioux Falls, if any at all. But I guess we'll see. Let's hope nothing crazy happens. Miles. That is a pretty sunset, even though we're facing north. There's the sun and the setting. But just by looking at the signs up ahead here, it looks like we're getting and seeing that we're starting to get closer to civilization. We're getting close, very close to Sioux Falls. As a matter of fact, it looks like we're already here because I see the speed limit's about to drop. Time check, 7:47 p.m. Mileage check, 278.6 miles traveled today so far, which is a lot less than what I would normally do in a day on one of these road trips in proportion to the amount of elevators I filmed. It's usually the amount of elevators I film and the amount of miles I travel are inversely proportional, but today seems to be somewhat of an exception because there really isn't much for elevators between here and Omaha. There's just Sioux City, and pretty much everything there has been covered. Sioux City was nice. I found some cool elevators there. Casey's with the lights out that I just showed. And we're getting up to the split where we get to choose whether you have to go on 229 or stay on 29. And I think I'm going to stay on 29. I'm going to aim for the Empire Mall. I don't know, it doesn't look like it had any elevators on Google Maps, but I guess we'll just have to take a look at it and find out. center lane here. Yeah, here's the sign for the split. So I think 229 goes downtown. Hey, we can actually see the sign now because it's clear and not raining. For now, I think, though, we're going to stay on 29. Because that's going to be around where the hotel is at. Wow, 65 feels slow after we've been going 80 for the last hour. Actually, it's less than an hour. More like 45 minutes. So we left pretty much right at 7. Staying on 29. Alright, here's the exit for, again, catching myself saying alright. But here's the exit for 41st Street. And this should be the Empire Mall, and this is the Empire Mall exit. Oh, Augustana University is here too. And I have already filmed the elevators there, so I am somewhat already familiar with this area of Sioux Falls. Okay, the mall should be, if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be the hotel we're staying at tonight, but I'm not ready to check into it yet. And I'm just hoping that, unlike the last road trip, I don't stop at the wrong hotel and have to be said, no, we don't have a reservation for you, because that was embarrassing. Let's see, cross traffic has to stop. Alright, I might stop and get some dinner here while I'm at it, if they have something good at the food court. I just hope they don't close in 5 minutes. I know a lot of malls will tend to close at 8 now, ever since for the last 2 years, and for that of which we will not mention. But let's see what we've got. Nope, they close at 8. And I did not get to see anything because everything was closed. So let's go get checked into the hotel, or stop for dinner first, whichever seems more enticing right now. We'll go from there. I see a Chipotle up ahead and a Chick-fil-A, so we could do either one of those options. It's just a matter of what sounds good. Okay, I decided I would get dinner first. There's a Chipotle and a Chick-fil-A right here, so I might stop at one now and the other tomorrow. I was thinking I'm gonna do the Chick-fil-A tomorrow and the Chipotle tonight. Or maybe one night and the other night. Because lunch is probably going to be in Brookings. Assuming I plan on going to Brookings tomorrow rather than exploring downtown. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty set in stone on that. I'm going to do Brookings tomorrow. And Sioux Falls downtown on Thursday. And if time permits, I highly doubt time will permit, but we will go up. We might try to go to Pierre. Sorry, I had to cut, the battery died. But it looks like I've just habitually Chipotle, so let's go in and eat. Okay, dinner was good. And now it's time to go get checked into the hotel, although we're just driving literally right over there. But we have to go around, so I guess we might as well make a video of it. Pretty close on the number of miles traveled today. To 300. This might be the first. No, it's not the first. It's close. Yeah, and there's the Empire Mall, and the sign for the Empire is now completely off. So, how do you get out of here? Oh, that's how. Here we go. There we go. And there we go. Just going right across the street here is all. And here is the Super 8 we're staying at tonight. I paid $72 a night for this room, and well, that was unfortunately the best deal I could find. I've had cheaper rooms that were really nice, but I don't know if this one's going to be nice or not. The last time I stayed at a Super 8, it was a dump. So my expectations are not that high for this hotel, but it was rated 4 stars on Google reviews, so we'll see if it lives up to the 4-star rating. Let's go get checked in. Also, that guy has some really neat tires that light up. That's really cool. Kind of stupid, but it's really cool. Oh, now this guy's moving, I'll get a better look. Okay, check-in was fairly easy, but I walked through the hotel, found where my room was, and you're not going to believe where it's at. Or you are going to believe where it's at, I'm not sure which. It's hilarious. But it is all the way over on the end, over here, on the first floor. So it's literally like right inside this door. And for some people, that's a score. For me, I'm not sure. But we're gonna go take a look at the room on camera. Yeah, I can just leave some stuff behind. Bumped my arm with the door. Let's see, I think... Okay, yeah, you do have to use the room. Heck, this is hard one-handed. This is my room. and you're gonna see it for the first time with me. So, okay, so first impression is it's long. A long hallway. That switch is either has another switch somewhere around here where it's wired backwards. But okay, we have a long hallway. And a single queen bed here, which I'll get some more lights here in a bit. And I'll do a full room tour, but I can already tell just by looking at the room, this is very much smaller than what I'm used to. Here's in the bathroom. Initial smell is interesting. It doesn't smell smoky, but it smells heavily of some cleaner, as if they're trying to cover something up, but hopefully that won't be an issue. Anyway, this is going to end the road trip for day 1. 8:36 p.m. I don't know if I might go downtown and look tonight, but at some of the elevators I could possibly film, but that decision is yet to be made. But for tonight, this is going to be the end of the road trip video, so thanks for watching. If I decide to break this up into 3 parts, and even if I don't, see you tomorrow. Morning, YouTube. It's day 2, and we're off to Brookings, South Dakota to do South Dakota State University today. So, I realized last night, well, I realized this morning that I left my laptop plugged in, and so I wasn't able to charge my batteries overnight and planned to switch them, and then I fell asleep, and so my batteries did not completely charge last night, so we might be operating on borrowed time with filming today. Fortunately, I was able to get one charged this morning, and that's the one that's my spare. So the one that I'm using right now might need to be switched out before we start filming today, but we'll worry about that when the time comes. Anyway, let's start the car. There's our mileage check for yesterday. 296.2, I'm gonna have to remember that. I'm gonna reset the mileage counter. I got a trip B, that's tracking the total trip miles here. Another 8 a.m. start, 8:01 a.m. this time though, which, minor details. And the first step I'm gonna make is to just go across the street and I'm gonna get my drink filled. I'm gonna take the car with me. Also, it is really cold out. Yeah, this battery's already blinking red, so I might have to... I don't need gas yet. It's probably cheaper somewhere else. $3.89 is expensive. Alright. Let's get a drink. Let's get the drink. Okay. I've got my drink. I've been making it a point to drink more water on these road trips because every time I go to bed, I go to bed dehydrated. So hopefully by getting an early start and drinking some water rather than just pop, hopefully that won't happen. One problem is that nobody's ever popped because I don't know why I don't drink water and I don't drink water. But it doesn't work like pop usually. Which is weird because I don't really expect pop to make it every hour. Anyway, let's just merge onto I-29 here as soon as traffic lets up. Fortunately, we got this sign here and it just goes straight on without issue. So we're just about ready to leave Sioux Falls, but I wanted to show you here that we're about to cross I-90. Okay, and I think we pretty much are out of Sioux Falls now. If this is a speed limit change, then we should be out of town now. Nope, not quite. Ugh. I just thought I'd get me spring allergies. I don't normally get spring allergies. Actually, all I really get is just sneezing. Okay, here we go. Speed limit 80. I wish Nebraska would do that. I wish Nebraska would do that. 48 miles to Brookings. Alright. Again, catching myself saying that. I'll see you in Brookings. Got a safe battery. Okay, here's the sign for Brookings. And Highway 14. Time and mileage check, 54.5. I'm not sure if I want to exit here or if I want to go to the next one. So I have a rough idea of where the campus is, just simply by studying Google Maps last night. And it almost seems to suggest that I might want to go one more exit. You know what, I'm going to go with my gut and I'm going to go one more exit. This is the one for Highway 14 that we're passing now that I was originally thinking of taking but have decided against. This one over here is labeled Highway 14B. I wonder what I've never seen that before. almost thought it said 148, but it doesn't. It says Highway 14B. I don't know if that means... I wonder if this is the business routes or what. Never seen that before. There's the campus. And then considering the fact we're seem to be going around town, it just occurred to me that 14B means 14 bypass. So we'll turn here and we'll head into campus and go look for somewhere to park, but this battery's already on the verge of dying. Yeah, there it is. Okay, sorry about the abrupt cutoff, but my battery died. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm looking in campus and like, holy crap, this campus is a lot bigger than USD. And I really hope I don't have to come back tomorrow and finish this up. So, hence why we're getting a 9 a.m. start. Anyway, I did find a spot to park pretty quickly on the southwest end of campus. So we'll start here and we'll just get as much done as we possibly can in a day. Until we'll just basically keep going until we run into locked doors or dead batteries, whichever comes first. Anyway, let's go. It's pretty much right at 9 a.m. right now, so we're in good shape. Okay, I finished that up pretty quickly. It's not even noon yet. It's only 11:45. So I've got a whole half day to decide what I want to do with it. And so what I think I'm going to do is I tossed around plans to go out to Pierre and film the state capitol. And looking on Google Maps, it's only about a 3-hour drive. 3.5-hour drive. So I will probably get there by 3 or 4 o'clock. So I think I'm going to go for it. If I can find like a Chick-fil-A or something, that'll help for lunch. And I'm also going to need to fill up with some gas at some point, so hopefully there's a good deal around here. So let's go. We're going to Pierre. First question is, where's the main drag of town? Looks like it could be either way. The cheapest gas looks like it's off to the right here, so I'm gonna head this way. Because I see 385 and 375 back there. But this is 373, so we're going to fill up right here. Oh, what's this Newman's convenience store? I can't see what the price is on there. Very well. Nope, 379, so this is cheapest. Fill up and then I'll get some pop. And then I'll also see if I can find some lunch. So this isn't like full service or something. And I'll just, it doesn't appear to be, but I'll fill up over here anyway. Number 1. That'll work nicely. Okay, so I jogged back to I-29 thinking that maybe I could find some options for food since it's noon and we have a place to go. And I was trying to see if I could find somewhere where there'd be like a Chick-fil-A, which is just easy finger food that I could take and eat in the car. But we have had no such luck. So I'm gonna aim over here. I see a Qdoba, that sounds good. Because I haven't eaten there in a while. There was also an Arby's, but Arby's doesn't sound good right now. So, let's do Qdoba. And hopefully we can eat quickly. So I don't want to get out of here any later than 12:30. Yeah, no. I was smart not to trust my ability to eat a burrito in the car one-handed. And I was able to get it eaten quickly without eating it so fast I get sick. Let's do a mileage check of 62.2 miles. We are going to get out of here by 12:30, if not right at 12:30. We'll probably get to Pierre by around 4 p.m. There should be just enough time to film the elevators in the state capitol without any issues. Actually, I should probably go left out and go for that stoplight right there. Can't go this way because it's one way right, and I need to go left. I don't know what's going on there. And he's blocking the right turn lane, so I need to okay, and it might be a while, so I'm going to shut the camera off. That way I don't waste what little battery power I have left. And then I'll update you when we're going out, when we're leaving Brookings. Alright, it is 12:30 and we are leaving Brookings, so we kind of cleared that one nicely. And as it turns out, I made a wise decision to eat at Qdoba because there doesn't appear to be a Chick-fil-A in Brookings, or at least there's not one along Highway 14. But anyway, it would be nice if this was 4-lane divided all the way to Pierre. That might make life a lot easier, but I'm not going to count on it. Alright, I'll see you in Pierre. Look at the hills out there and over there. Well, it was not 4-lane divided the whole way there, not even close. But we're very close to Pierre. And also, another big difference is that look at how much a few hours makes, because this is, I think, is the first time we actually have a decent amount of sunlight for a road trip, for this road trip. Because I don't think we've seen the sun the entire trip. Yep, here we are. I see the sign. Pierre. Okay, now to find the state capitol. Oh, I see it. Okay. There's really not much to see here other than just the town. So, you'll notice the topography, that's the word for it, has changed from just flat plains to some rolling hills to now just sand hills. Which they're not as big as the sand hills in Nebraska, but they're impressive. And there it is. South Dakota State Capitol, and we found a place to park. So let's go inside and see what we can find for elevators. That was a rousing success. The elevators, on the other hand, though, were not as impressive as I hoped they would be, so it was a bit of a disappointment, but it's nice to know that this is one place I've wanted to come, and I've got it checked off my bucket list. So with that being said, I think it's now time to head back to Sioux Falls. I'm going to go a different way because I have no conceivable reason yet to go back to Brookings, because I didn't miss anything. Because I'm pretty certain I didn't miss anything at South Dakota State, but probably won't be going back for a while if I did. I got what really mattered, and that was the one elevator there that was actually worth filming, and that was the one in the library. So really nothing special. Over here at the stoplight, which turned green, we'll do a mileage check. 255 miles, so it was a long drive. We're back on US 14, and as you can tell by that sign there, US 83 has joined us. And as I said, I don't have any reason to go back to Brookings, so we're just gonna follow 83 south and take I-90 home. Well, not home, but back to Sioux Falls. We're going home tomorrow, after we film some elevators in Sioux Falls. 11'3". Looks like the 11'8" bridge, and wherever that is, had some competition. Hey, green, oh, come on. Nope, not gonna make it. Okay, a little fun fact that caught me completely off guard or wasn't expecting, and that's that we just gained an hour because we're now in Mountain Time Zone. So, hold on. But US 14 is gonna split from US 83, and we're gonna stick with US 83, and as I said, we're gonna take I-90 back to Sioux Falls. So, just for a little bit of perspective as to where Pierre is, and wow, look at those hills. Those are impressive. They're not like mountains, but they're impressive, just for what they are. But, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, we were gonna take I-90 back to Sioux City. And this is the fastest way there. But I'm not gonna bother changing the clock since we're just gonna go right back into Central Time, so it's technically 3:31, even though my biological clock says it's 4:31. Okay, I remember what I said now, and that is what I was going to say now, and that's that US 83 in Nebraska lines up with North Platte. That's how far west we are. Which is surprising, which is interesting, because South Dakota is in the middle of the state. Pierre, can't talk today. Pierre is in the middle of South Dakota. So, just interesting stuff. Fort Pierre Depot Museum. Well, I'm not gonna have time to stop there. So anyway, it's gonna be a ways until we get back to Sioux Falls. And then tomorrow, I'm not 100% certain exactly what the plan's gonna be. I'm probably gonna try to film some elevators downtown, as I have been hinting at. And then I'm probably gonna check out Augustana University, which is, I've already filmed the elevators there, but I'm just gonna go do some revisits, even though there may not necessarily be anything special there. And then just north of it is the University of Sioux Falls, which I have not even looked at yet. So we'll have to see what exactly we want to do. In any case, we are pretty much out of Pierre now. Just going over some big hills and some rivers. And sometime around here, we should be out. So I'm just going to say that the next update you'll see is us merging onto I-90 eastbound. Well, that's like perfect timing, because here we are just leaving town. Okay, and now we have approached I-90. That was a long drive, 30 miles. Well, comparatively, it's pretty short. But in the grand scheme of things, what surprised, but that was actually, if it was just a lot of brown nothingness. It was quite scenic, though. Unfortunately, there wasn't anywhere I could get a scenic overlook. And I didn't want to stop and take video or picture because I needed to save battery now. So I apologize in advance if the camera shuts off because of a lack of battery, but here we are going on to 90 eastbound. Yeah, camera cut off, but I'm still just milking whatever battery I can get out of this. 187 miles to Sioux City. We're on I-90 eastbound. And hey, that person has a Nebraska plate. Here's a time check. Time is 4:02 p.m. Mountain Time. Woo, that's bright. And considering how close we were to crossing into Central Time and pretty much just went straight south from there, I'm just going to assume that we're about on Central Time by now. And we'll just leave it at that, I guess. Anyway, I will see you in Sioux Falls. Oh, mileage check. 293 miles. And of course, the battery died right as I was getting onto I-90. Well, in the meantime, everything went without a hitch on the way home. Around mile marker 320 is when it started going from sunny to cloudy again, and now it seems to be, I'm not sure exactly what it is. It's kind of snowing, raining outside. So hopefully it won't be too much. And it's been a great day. It's been a great run so far. And I guess we'll see what tomorrow has. And with that being said, thank you for watching. That is all for day 2. Morning, YouTube. It's day 3 and time to go home. But not before filming some elevators here in Sioux Falls. So, I'm getting a much later start this time because we don't nearly have as much to do or as far to travel. We pretty much just have to stay in town and that's about it. And then go home. Here's a mileage count from last night and I need gas. About 9:26 a.m. and we're off. Let's reset the mileage counter. And let's go find a gas station. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. There's a gas station right across the street. Why not go fill up there? Well, as I mentioned earlier in the road trip, $3.89 is rather expensive. Especially when I can find something cheaper for a little farther driving. And we'll be pushing the limits here, but I think we can find a good deal. I did some searching on Gas Buddy, and I think I know exactly where one is. On I-29 north here. We're just gonna use the interstate like a local and go one exit. I'll say this, for about $72 a night, that was a pretty good bang for buck hotel. Wasn't the cleanest in the world, but it was close. Just some attention to detail things again. The Wi-Fi was a bit of a pain in the butt to try to get onto. But other than that, the Wi-Fi was worth it once I finally got connected. Because it was actually surprisingly fast when I ran a speed test. Because normally when I get onto hotel Wi-Fi, it's like, I'll be lucky if I get 10 megabytes per second. But on this one, I got up to 70. So I'm not complaining. It was just another set of ups and downs, and I'm hoping that eventually the Super 8 chain will redeem itself for me. Here's another place I thought about staying at, but they were more than $100 a night, and that's out of my price range. Hey, green lights. Let's go. Find some gas. I can't remember if I mentioned it earlier or not, but I finally was able to properly charge my batteries. And so I'm sorry about what happened last night, but unfortunately, I had to prioritize elevators. And come to think of it, it probably was a good idea that I didn't film anything going to Pierre or from Pierre, and the reason is just simply because I've had some rather dismal gas mileage coming here because I'm driving against the wind, which is pretty normal. But the wind was still very strong out of the north going to Pierre, so I had to deal with some dangerous crosswinds as I was driving. Fortunately, I was thrilled that the sun came out, especially since it's still cloudy here in Sioux Falls. But it was sunny in Pierre, and it's always sunny in Philadelphia. Here we go. $3.84, which is not the cheapest in town, but Gas Buddy gives me enough of a discount that it will make it the cheapest in town. So let's go. And let's not get hit, and let's not get T-boned either. All right. Again, catching myself saying that. Let's fill up. And we made it just in time. And holy crap, it's $5 for diesel. Dang, gas prices are insane, like I've never seen before. And I remember 2008. That's what I call an OCD win right there. Because that's even harder to do than nailing the dollar amount exactly. But still, $50 is outrageous. Hopefully the Gas Buddy discount will come in clutch here. Okay. And get back to gas mileage, which is not bad, but then again, for in-town driving. But anyway, let's go. 2.2 miles traveled is it. Time check. All right, let's head downtown. Wait a minute. Downtown is the other direction. Oh well. I'll see you down there. I was just about to say, driving by another gas station, I thought gas was $2.99 here. It's like, that's a killer deal if I ever saw one. Until I realized it was E85 and my car won't take that. Yeah, those downtown plans changed. At least temporarily anyway, but while I'm on the way there, here's 33rd Street. West 33rd Street. Which reminded me that there is one elevator that I want to go check out, as well at Augustana University. Or at least just get an update on, because I've already made videos of elevators here. So I guess you could say in a way, you could say I'm staying consistent with what I said that I was doing in 2022 in that one blog I talked about at the beginning of the video, or the beginning of day one. And I also discovered that there is a University of Sioux Falls just a couple blocks northeast of Augustana that I completely missed. So I'm going to check that out as well, see if there's any elevators there worth filming. Oh, I'm certain there are, but we'll get some videos. This is the first red light on camera that I had to wait for. Oh, I want to wait about getting lights on this. I had to stop this. Right off camera, that's pretty normal. Including one turn, one arrow that came at the ends of the green lights rather than the beginning. Normally that's pretty normal, but it's rather frustrating. Normally you expect it to be the beginning light. And here we are. I can see some athletic facilities on the right. Augustana University. And so we should be able to just turn left at this light up here, and we'll be parked, or be able to find a place to park, because I remember exactly where I parked last time. Allergies kicking up all of a sudden. Well, I'll update you once we're parked. Wait a minute, are they building a new... Is that a new building over there? I'll have to go see. Because I have not been to this campus since I first visited in 2017. Actually, no, there was a revisit in 2018, I think. I can't remember. Well, I'll update you once we're parked. And go figure, again, 5 seconds after I shut the camera off, I find a place to park. Okay, let's go see what we can find. Actually, you know what? Change of plans. If I'm doing University of Sioux Falls, I'm going to park in between the two campuses. And this is the west side of Augustana, so I'm going to change my mind again. almost 10 a.m. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna get done here, if any at all. Let's get back to a main road here. According to Google Maps, this is the north end of campus, 28th Street. And then 26th Street is the major road that the University of Sioux Falls is on. So I'm going to see if I can find a spot to park on. I want to aim the northeast end. Okay, now I seem to be straddling the two colleges, so I'm going to aim for right here. This road, Prairie Avenue, is a spot to park. No parking, corner to here. 2-hour parking. Well, I don't need more than 2 hours, so I'll just park right here. And let's go see what we can find. Should easily be done by noon. Okay, well, the University of Sioux Falls has like nothing for elevators. Well, this isn't to say that they don't have elevators on the campus, but everything there was from the 90s. So what that tells me is that almost every elevator there, well, sorry, no, every single elevator there, without exception, was installed simply because of the ADA. So I don't think this campus is going to even be worth coming back to. Augustine and I got to check out and just confirm the fact that I didn't really miss anything, so we're in good shape there. Anyway, it's time to head downtown and film some elevators. We've gone 8.2 miles. Oh, we've done some walking already. Killed some time too. It's 11:15 already. Well, 11:20, closer to. Here's 26th Street. There's the University of Sioux Falls. Alright, let's head downtown. Again, catching myself saying alright like that. Yeah. And here we are downtown. There's the main drag over there. And so now the biggest thing we need to do is find parking. I see some signs that say public parking straight ahead. So we'll see what we find. I'm hoping I don't have to park on the street because then I'll have to plug a meter and keep track of that. If I can park in a parking garage, that would be ideal. I did come visit here on the night of day one after I ended the road trip video, so I have a rough idea of where I want to go and where I want to film elevators, so we'll just roll with it. Okay, public parking here says turn. I need to focus on driving. Okay, that was fun. I got some elevators that I wasn't expecting to get. That was a nice surprise. And I had to skip some elevators because I had only plugged the meter for 1 hour. But anyway, whew, I'm a bit out of breath because I've been running all over the place. But we haven't really done much driving. And now it's time, I think, we go find some lunch because it's 12:30 already. So let's get out of here. Yeah, oddly enough, you apparently have to pay. They don't have you take a ticket when you park here. You have to pay by plate at a pay station in the elevator lobby, which is weird. And then you pay in advance how long you plan to stay, and if you stay longer, they come and fine you. So this is the strangest parking garage setup pay system I've seen, because usually you take a ticket and then the ticket keeps track of how long you're in the garage and then you pay that. So it's kind of weird they didn't do it that way. hence why also you're seeing me drive out of the parking garage. I just gotta figure out. Yeah, there's only one way we can go. Exit. Yep, here we go. 10th Street goes the direction I want to go. Like a couple of buildings on this block right here, I had to skip. And I had to skip that parking garage too. So I got a majority of what I wanted. So I think I'm gonna settle for that and be done with it. And we'll see if there's any other elevators along the way that I want to decide to film. I haven't even checked out the Empire Mall yet. I'll probably want to go back and do that after I get some lunch. Well, when lunch will be happening, we'll make that decision when that time comes. Or once I start seeing restaurants. I found a Five Guys. So we'll stop and eat here for lunch, because these guys make really good burgers. They're expensive, but every time I eat here, I get my money's worth out of the burger. So we'll stop here for lunch, and then we'll plan out the afternoon. If there's more elevators I want to try and film later, or what. That yet down here, or if I want to go down to Sioux City right away. That's a decision yet to be made. But in the meantime, let's get lunch. That was good. Fries were addicting as all get out, as always. Five Guys never seems to disappoint. So, looking at the time, it's currently 1 o'clock. And I've got some options that I've been thinking about what I want to do. So, I have a social event at 6 tonight because I just realized today's Thursday, which is fairly high priority for me. So, I'm going to try to be home back in Lincoln by 6 tonight. And to do that, according to Google Maps, I'll need to leave Sioux Falls by 2, which is in an hour. And that's assuming I drive straight home without any stops. So I could either spend another hour filming in downtown Sioux Falls, or I could go straight home now, or possibly look for some elevators on the outskirts, or even possibly stop in like Sioux City or something and just check out some other things that they might have. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to head down to the Empire Mall, see if there's anything I can film there. And if not, we'll head down to Sioux City, and I'm going to attempt that, and I'm going to take a second look at the one building with the touch-sensitive Otis. And the reason for that is because there was a freight elevator there that I decided against attempting. However, I did say that I was going to come back for it if some other time. So this might be that other time where I get to come back for it. So I'm going to have to play that one by ear. 3 hours have passed. We've only gone 11.2 miles, but we've gotten quite a few elevators. So yeah, this kind of just goes with my point of that mileage and number of elevators filmed are inversely proportional. Alright, let's go. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna rethink this. Because I just remembered something. That's that I stopped at Empire Mall on a previous trip up here when I went to check up on Augustana University. And there was nothing. No escalators, no elevators, no nothing there. So I'm just gonna get out of here, head to Sioux City, and be done with the road trip. Because my feet hurt, I'm tired. It's only been a 3-day road trip, and clearly I've been in 2 longer ones last year. But there was a third road trip that I took that I did not make a road trip video for. I just went, filmed the elevators, stayed at the hotel, and that was it. I did not make a official road trip video. So, I'm kind of road tripped out. Thankfully, this was a nice short one, so we're heading back towards downtown because I want to go out on the east side of town and check that out and just drive through there and see what there is. Okay, so battery died, but now we're here merging onto I-229, and this will take us to I-29 and out. I'm not going to bother with the, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not bothering with the Empire Mall, but I did want to swing around on the east side of town. This will take us to I-29. And heading towards home. Honestly, I think that was a lot more efficient way to go than trying to fight traffic back to I-29 via the whatever Highway 42 or 41st Street, whichever one would have worked. Well, they both would have worked, but it was a fight. Anyway, we're about to head on to I-29 southbound towards Sioux City. And we'll be heading towards home. End of 229. '29 south. Huh. This so totally looked like it went through to somewhere else, but it doesn't. Sun's kind of starting to peek through the clouds, but it's dry. That's helpful. And it looks like we'll be driving with the wind rather than against it or into it, depending on how you look at it. So, it should hopefully help making the drive home a lot more pleasant than the drive here. We're back on 29 southbound. Once the speed limit increases, we'll decide where to update next. Here's a time check. 1:24 p.m. 22.6 miles traveled today. here we go. I'm going to show the sign one last time. Speed limit 80. $73 miles to Sioux City. Honestly, I think Nebraska really needs to increase the speed limit to 80 miles an hour, because I did some research. When South Dakota increased it to 80 miles an hour, they saw a 14% reduction in crashes. Combined with the fact they enforced the speed limit strictly here. On the other hand, though, on the way back with I-90, there was hardly a truck in sight. It wasn't a very clear road. There wasn't much traffic on it, even at the peak of rush hour. While I-80 is like jam-packed major truck route through both Iowa and Nebraska. I-29 is fairly pleasant drive through South Dakota. Okay, we're heading to North Sioux City, South Dakota now. We've traveled about 90 miles so far. There's a time check. And I think I will stop in Sioux City and attempt that one building again. I might also try to check out River's Landing Garage to see if I was, just to make sure that Tuesday I wasn't seeing things. Because I could have sworn those elevators were boarded up. Here the speed limit drops to 65. Well, I'll let you know when we get downtown Sioux City, Iowa. Actually, no, it'll be when we cross the border into Iowa. State line into Iowa. And not much longer later, we just passed exit 1, and we will be crossing into Iowa here pretty shortly. South Dakota was fun. Not as many elevators as you would expect, but it's a state that's mostly farmland, so like Nebraska, but in the biggest city in South Dakota is smaller than the biggest city in Nebraska, which is Omaha, and the biggest city in South Dakota was Sioux Falls. But it was fun. And now we're gonna cross into Iowa here right about now, as soon as over this bridge. People of Iowa welcome you. We'll be stopping off in Sioux City here fairly shortly. And for those of you wondering why I'm not worried about the Heelan Hall elevator at Briarcliff University, which was a gated Otis, well, maybe you noticed it, maybe you didn't, but that elevator was featured in the Lost in 2021 takes, which I filmed about a year ago, and it was decommissioned. The Lost in 2021 video just went up last week, so if you haven't seen it, go check it out. But, well, this would actually be the exit for Briarcliff, but we're not going there because that elevator is no longer running. But this is where we have to exit in order to get to downtown. A little weird, but that's the way it is. But hey, no more construction through here. That's been very nice. Go figure, I turned the camera off right as soon as that last light turned green. Well, here we are back at River's Landing, and I just want to check to see that I'm not crazy here. And that elevator really was boarded up. Actually, I could probably just go review the last footage and check. But we do have another reason to be back here, so let's see what we're up against. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that elevator, but I looked up the certificates on Iowa elevator records, and it says that there's nothing wrong with it, that nothing's supposed to happen to it. Hasn't been torn out, decommissioned, or have any plans for modernization. So that's very strange. Anyway, let's go check out that building again, see if we can get that freight elevator. That was a rousing success. Now, let's get a time check here. We are pretty much right at 100 miles, and we're gonna hit it in the parking garage. Traveled today. Almost 3 o'clock, so we're probably gonna be making it back to Lincoln in time by 6 o'clock tonight. So let's go. And once again, you don't need to see me driving through a parking garage, because I already did that in this video. Here's the exit. I still don't know what's going on with that elevator. It bugs me. I guess I'll have to come and check it in a few months. Alright, and now it's time to go home. There's a couple different ways we can go. Highway 77 is the fastest. Actually, no. Sorry, I said that wrong. Highway 77 is the most direct route and the fewest miles. But I-29 is the fastest. The only problem with I-29 is I-29 goes to Omaha, not to Lincoln. So that's a bit out of the way. So I'm gonna have to think about what I want to do here. I've got a... Actually, I don't really need the light to plan it out. I already know which way I'm going to go. I'm going to take Highway 77. I don't think either one of those routes has ever been done on a road trip before. No, I'm pretty certain neither one of them haven't, because we haven't gone north on a road trip. This is the first time that we have. So... I guess we'll cross into Nebraska immediately. Oh, funny little fact here. This is the beginning of 77 southbound. So this is the north terminus, or whatever you call that. And coming over that bridge, there's a sign that says end of 77. And so this leads, the southern end of Highway 77 is all the way down at the Mexico border in Brownsville, Texas. All right, start of Highway 77, southbound, and ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of YouTube, welcome back to the good life. And we get to cross a bridge. No, you can't see it, but I can see it in the rearview mirror. Oh, we're gonna have to go right here. Now we're in South Sioux City, Nebraska. Looks like 77 goes right. Alright, and this road, catching myself saying alright every clip again. So, policeman there. So, 3:04 p.m. and we will be home shortly as Highway 77 goes straight into Lincoln. That building right there is actually an abandoned Walmart. There's the sign for where it used to be. We haven't quite made it out of town, but there is a Walmart just a few blocks behind us. That's a new one. And here's the Interstate 129 that I once again now found out exists, but it doesn't go past this exit. It just continues as US 20 that way. But here, Highway 75 joins us. And so now we're basically going back the way we came up until a point, which that point is going to be very quickly up ahead. But we are following Highway 77 home because Highway 75 goes to Omaha, Highway 77 goes to Lincoln. This is the turnoff for Nebraska Highway 35 that we came to when we were coming from Wayne State College, but we don't need to go back there. We're going 77 straight home. Also, little sign error there because Highway 77 is a federal highway, not a state highway. .69 miles to Fremont, which is about 50 miles from Lincoln. So I don't know where I'm going to update. I don't think I'm going to update in Fremont, but I'll make that decision when the time comes. Okay, I decided to make an update in Fremont, just to show you that we're here. And this is the business Highway 30 route. And while I'm thinking about it, it's not quite even 5 o'clock yet. Here's a mileage check. I could stop at the Anderson complex and see if the elevator there is still original. Come on, semi, you can do it. Get out of the intersection. Still on 77 southbound. This doesn't have a business route. This one goes through town, unlike Highway 30. If I can remember exactly where the turnoff is, because I'm not used to coming from the south direction, trying to find it. Well, I do have time. It doesn't take quite an hour and a half to get home from here. Okay, now we're getting close to downtown, so it should be one of these turns, but I can't remember exactly which one. I'm gonna guess this one. Oop, nope, I see the sign. It's this next one here, 10th Street. Well, I'll update you once we get to campus. And there's the Anderson complex right there. So, I'm gonna take a right here. We're gonna go park, and we'll see what we can find. Yeah, plenty of parking right here. All right, let's go. Again, with the all right. Yeah. Got it. I don't normally film elevators this late in a road trip, but that was a rousing success, and let's face it, Westies are fun to play with. And especially since you don't really see many of them anymore. The motor on that one was just as epic as it always was, but the startup is a little bit longer than what it used to be, so it's kind of a good wind-up and then the epic motor, so I could say it got even better than it was. Anyway, now we're starting to get serious in terms of time to get home. Hate it when it does that. Steering wheel's cocked to the right a bit, so it prevents the key from turning, so I have to uncock it by jerking it to the left. Yeah, we better get moving home. I want to get home by 6 o'clock tonight. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is Highway 77 up here. Nope, it's not. Fortunately, that's not an issue. So what we need to do is take a left. Take a right onto Military Avenue. There's downtown Fremont, which honestly, I don't have the time to do it now, but what surprised me, I have never even checked it out for elevators. Most of these small town downtowns never really seem to have much, but I still have not even given it a chance. But that will have to wait for another day. There we go. Here's Highway 77. Hey, that was perfect timing. Go over this bridge here. For some reason, I want to think we've gone this way in a road trip before. No, wait, that was Highway 15 in Schuyler. So this is a different bridge. Ooh, gas is expensive here, $3.99. Well, back to Lincoln we go. And here we are, back to I-80. So now I'm going to jog over to get on the route to downtown Lincoln, and we're going to go finish up at the Good to Go gas station that we started at. Similar to what we did on the Jungle Gyms road trip. It's possible that might become a tradition now, but I don't know. I'll have to make a decision on that. But it's going to be done today for this road trip. 225 miles traveled. We'll get a final mileage at the end when we get down to that Good to Go. But now I guess you'll get to see me merging onto I-80 to just jog over to downtown. But we are back in Lincoln. Ooh, okay, this is tight. Yeah, they probably could make it 80 miles per hour through here, but I would say probably say that they should at least make it 80 miles per hour west of Grand Island. I'm not sure about I know Lincoln to Grand Island is very narrow and very busy. It might not be the best idea, but they're going to have to do some studies on that. They did in July of 2018, but that was all on the roads other than I-80. And they did increase the speed limit. So it's possible, but unlikely that they'll actually do anything. I know there might be some certain parts where it's definitely not a good idea, like between Lincoln and Grand Island, you might want to keep it at 75, as I said earlier. Well, a little caught off guard here, but now we're merging back onto I-180. We'll be downtown Lincoln shortly. Traffic, rush hour traffic. Well, there's really not much to update from this point forward. I'll just see you at the good to go. Well, this concludes yet another road trip. It was a fun ride. I got to see some cool elevators, especially some that I wasn't expecting to see. And I think nothing more need be said. Here's the good to go. I'm actually getting to finish at daylight. 5:50 p.m. We'll record 240.5 as the final mileage for today. And wipers. 1,026 miles. Nope, I'm not going out that way. Traffic. Anyway, thank you for watching. This is Star City Elevators, signing off.